Believe it or not, it is possible for foreigners to receive a home loan in Thailand. Now, before you get too excited, there are a few caveats. For starters, these mortgages only cover condominium units in the country. Also, the interest rates aren't particularly great, and finally, you are expected to put down a deposit of at least 30% of the property's value, and sometimes more. However, if those aren't a concern, some financial institutions are willing to offer you a home loan. Here are a few of the basics you'll want to know. These loans do not require a Thai work permit or permanent visa, although they can come in handy. The loans are open to most nationalities. Interest rates do vary, and you should contact each bank we mentioned for specifics. You will also be responsible for several fees, and lastly, this only covers condo units as we mentioned earlier. But with all of that out of the way, here are the banks where it's possible for foreigners to receive a home loan in Thailand. Let's start with Singapore-based United Overseas Bank, or UOB as it is known as. They have an international loan program that allows an individual to obtain a loan for property in Malaysia, Japan, Australia, the United Kingdom, and, as it relates to this video, Thailand. In the kingdom, you can apply for a loan, but it can only be used to purchase freehold condo units priced between 3 and 50 million baht. UOB will loan you up to 70% of that purchase price, while you are expected to cover the remaining 30% in the form of a deposit. There aren't many requirements to apply for this loan. Applicants must be 21 years old and no older than 65 when the loan term ends. The minimum income requirement for those residing outside of Thailand is $85,000 annually, while foreigners holding a work permit in Thailand only need to make $60,000 per year. One last thing to note about the UOB loan is that Australian and Japanese nationals are ineligible to apply. Thailand-based MBK Guarantee can also provide financing to international clients, although its terms are a little different than UOB. Firstly though, you might be wondering if MBK Guarantee has anything to do with the famous MBK shopping mall in Bangkok. Well, both are part of the MBK Group, a massive conglomerate that does a little bit of everything, so yes, there is a relation there. As for the loan itself, MBK Guarantee will only cover 50% of the property value, meaning you will need to put down the other half in the form of a deposit. The minimum loan amount here is 1 million baht, while repayment terms can be anywhere from 1 to 10 years. It is important to note the company only considers loan applications from individuals who won't be more than 70 years old at the end of their contract. The one downside with going with MBK Guarantee is that they will only provide mortgages for condominium units on their approved projects list. Now, the list does cover all of the major cities and tourist areas in Thailand, but it can still be a little restrictive. If you want to know more about the projects on that list, be sure to check out the link in the video description. Finally, citizens of China in Hong Kong can apply for a mortgage through ICBC Bank Thailand. This has a number of restrictions that you're going to want to read up about if you are a citizen of one of those two locations, and we have provided a link to that in the video description. Some of you who follow Thailand real estate closely might be wondering, what about Bangkok Bank? While that particular financial institution did have a program which allowed foreigners to receive a home loan in Thailand, it was discontinued a few years back. So while you will find lots of information about it online, it's simply not available at this moment. All things considered, both the MBK Guarantee and UOB loan programs are solid alternatives for those not wanting to tie up a bunch of capital in a real estate purchase. You do pay for that luxury through some uncompetitive interest rates. Ultimately, you must weigh the pros and cons of each option before making your decision. Of course, before you can even start thinking about financing that Thailand real estate purchase, you need to find the right property. And to do that, well, there's only one place to go, thailandproperty.com. Anyway, that does it for me. I'm Dot Property Group Editor-in-Chief Cheyenne Hollis, wishing you happy house hunting and maybe even happy house financing.